Home, Chapter 59. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. Video edited by T.S. If you have not heard the previous 58 chapters of this story, you can find a link to them in the description box below. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and while we're at it, make sure you smash that like button and leave a comment in the comments section. Now then, please enjoy Home, Chapter 59. Marinette Dupang Chang. Calm yourself, Ladybug! Calm yourself! Marinette repeated the mantra inside her head until it was more of a chant, or even a spell. It was because he was cute. It was because he was cute. It was because he was cute. Sugar and cookies. This was only because he was cute. She didn't realize how quickly her feet moved until Cat Noir called for her to slow down, grabbing her by the wrist as he caught up to her. Marinette smacked it away on instinct, not meaning to damage their already fragile relationship, but doing so anyway. Sorry. Cat took a step back, his hands in front of him like he was negotiating. No, that was my fault. You good? Yeah. She shook her head from side to side. My mistake. He took a sharp breath and held it, as though he were hesitating. Sorry, he said again. Let's just go. She turned away, knowing his face wasn't doing her any good. She was weak to him as a teenager, and it seemed that was something she hadn't grown out of. It was best to not get reattached. He was going to leave again after they found Nooru, right? This was for the better. Marinette! Her purse squeaked. Yeah? She pulled it to her chest like she was looking for something inside as Cat Noir stepped in to join the conversation, which didn't help considering how self-conscious she was of him and his existence. Nooru's here! And activated! Tikki said. Where? Cat Noir wrapped his hand around the purse, so close to touching her fingers, but not quite. I think in one of those buildings. Tikki pointed to what looked like a cafe. Come on, let's go. Marinette let the purse hang, its only slack from Cat Noir's hand before he forewent his grip to grasp her wrist. Wait, he said, his face chiseled like stone. What? That person has a miraculous. We can't just rush in there. Oh, how the tables had turned. The last time they were partners, this would be the other way around. You're right, she agreed. Whoever has it literally stole it from you, so they must know what it is. You'd better transform first. Got it. Marinette ran off, finding a building out of the concourse's eye. Tikki? It's been a while, she said, flying out. Are you ready for this? What, ready to feel normal again? She chuckled to herself. Hopefully her dynamic with Cat Noir would improve with a mask on. Tikki, spots on! She padded out to her partner, their perfect duo reunited. This here, this moment, finally felt right. Sure, she'd had a good life without him, albeit the heartbreak, but she'd gone on without him. She'd put herself through college, graduated early with plenty of job options, and was featured on Vogue as Marinette twice in the last 2.5 years. But this felt like coming home. This felt like all of the anxieties of the last 48 hours didn't matter anymore. She'd worried over her lingering feelings for the man beside her before, but now? Well, no. Best not to get ahead of herself. He clearly had a lot to work on. Could she work on herself as well? Yes, but she's not the one who ghosted his girlfriend. Sure, back at the temple, he said he needed some time to stay behind with his family and see what happened to his father with his own eyes, but there's a difference between that and being a no-call, no-show for years. Cat, looking away as she walked up, didn't go unnoticed, as did the colors of his cheeks peeking out from under his mask. Ladybug smiled to herself, her heart light. Serves him right. "Let's go, Kitty," she said, walking past him. Yeah." Ladybug heard him shuffle behind her. They still had Kalki to point them in the right direction, and Ladybug held her like a stuffed toy. "See anything?" she asked as they entered the cafe. Turns out it was a little coffee nook for students to grab a quick bite between classes. "Alex?" "Alex?" Ladybug turned to look at him. Her eyebrows knit and her mouth scooted so far to the side it may as well be part of a facial stretch exercise. "Alex." He pointed to a pink-haired woman sitting at a rounded metal table wearing sunglasses with a newspaper in front of her face. Ladybug squinted, then gasped. "Alex!" The woman shot a cheesy grin and set her newspaper down. "Hey, team leader," she said, tossing her a wink as she slid off her sunglasses. "What are you doing here?" "It was you!" Cat gasped, and Ladybug had to take a moment to figure out what he meant. "You did it? Why?" "Hey now, don't blame me. I'm not the estranged couple." Alex shrugged and reached for her drink. "Couple?" Cat repeated. "Partners, you mean," Ladybug corrected. "You two keep scribbling lines all over instead of using a ruler. You know that." Alex sighed. "And I did it because, well, I know the future. And the future is better if you two are together." Ladybug pursed her lips, choosing to not comment. "Aren't you concerned about, a time paradox?" Cat asked, carrying the conversation for them. It was somewhat strange to not hear him crack a joke about their relationship being inevitable. "You're cute, Tomcat, but I've been doing this a long time." Alex winked. "Well, longer than you know. Kind of. I'm actually going to teach you how to unlock Mini-Me's Miraculous when you get back to Paris." That caught Ladybug's attention. "You want us to make a team?" "Trust me," Alex laughed. "You'll need one." "So much for a peaceful life," Cat mumbled. He sighed as Ladybug deciphered the words. "What's coming?" "Listen, there's only so much I can tell you, okay? But Alex began. "Ladybug?" The three of them turned to see Alia, mouth open and gaping, standing in the entrance of the cafe. "Alia?" she answered. "What are you—" Alia shook her head a few times. "Have you seen Marinette?" "Marinette?" Her armpits felt sticky, and Ladybug was suddenly very aware of the texture of spandex on the back of her neck. "Yeah, her phone said she was here in Japan, so I wanted to swing by and say hi." "Oh, that's right. She and Alia installed trackers on the other's phone once she decided to study abroad." "Wait, Alex?" Alia looked between the three of them, eyes narrowing. "Wait a minute." She wanted to say this isn't what it looks like, but Ladybug wasn't sure what it did look like to another Miraculous holder, especially one she hadn't spoken to in years with a mask on. So much for being a good team leader. Oops. Cat stepped in to save the conversation a second time. "We're talking about the future of the Miraculous. Is there a place we can meet you when we're done to fill you in?" Alia narrowed her eyes but nodded. "Nina will be here soon with Chris. I can meet you back here in half an hour." "Sounds great," Ladybug said, wanting to chime in a positive remark before she left. As Alia excused herself, Ladybug couldn't stop thinking about what Alex said. The future was better if they were together. She balled up her fists, barely keeping her composure. She wasn't the one keeping them apart. She wasn't the one who didn't reach out. She couldn't let herself think about this here. Hot tears are easily noticeable, and if she kept this up, everyone would be hung up on her instead of actual problems. Cool, well, see you soon. Alia's smile was tight-lipped. She was holding back a lot of words, and it tore at what was left of Ladybug's heart. Turning to Alex as Alia turned her back on them, Ladybug took a breath and closed her eyes, resigning to the fate of her future wishes. While she knew the future wasn't set in stone, it was almost a relief to know their journey wouldn't end in Japan. It seemed like, if she wanted to, she could rebuild her life with him. Rather, she'd remodel a bit of her life into something they both could call home, even though she'd never be able to trust him with her heart. Their romance might be dead, but the most important thing between them, their partnership, still had kindling to use if they both blew on embers. That is, if the cat didn't mess things up first. Thank you so much for listening. Chapter 60 is on the way. If you are still listening, comment "better together" in the comments section. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!